Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Henry again on 2nd down. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Tannehill on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Anthony Firkser. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Wentz now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. First down, Tennessee. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense this Week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
Flush to his right. That's taken in by Firkser. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Anthony Firkser, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-zip. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Let's take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Play action. It's Tannehill. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Yeah, Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Open man is Cameron Batson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Rodgers to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 19, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. This will go to Henry out wide. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and inches, Tannehill got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Bullock's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll check this down to Hines. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Finds Hines again for the completion. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 29, Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll run here with Taylor. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Wentz now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley-Cox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Four yards remain for second down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Open man is Trey Burton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 31. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And it's a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Colts 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go, defense.
To throw is Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Indy.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Taylor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Wentz going to throw. That ball is caught. It's Doyle. Touchdown Colts. Jack Doyle. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is taken just shy of the 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken just shy of the 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action, Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. He's got the tight end Firkser right side complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's got a man. It's Firkser, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 73 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.